Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to start a tutorial about creating a news portal based on the Django framework. In this video we will learn Django features, main of these, such as how to create new project and how to create application inside it, connect database to our project, create templates and models, how to use PyCharm environment, and how to use Flake 8 and Black for better code formatting. So, what Django is? As described on official website, Django is a high-level Python web framework that encourages rapid development and clean, pragmatic design. Here you can see it. Django takes care on the difficult stuff so that you can concentrate on building your web applications. Django emphasizes reusability of components, also referred to as dry. That means don't repeat yourself, and comes with ready-to-use features like login system, database connections, and CRUD operations. CRUD, it means create, read, update, and delete. How does Django work? Django follows the MVT design pattern, model, view, template. Model is the data you want to present, usually data from a database. View, it's a request handler that returns the relevant template and content based on the request from the user. Template, it's a text file, usually it's HTML file containing the layout of the web page with logic on how to display the data. Let's talk about this, about the model, view and template a little bit more detailed. The model provides data from the database. In Django, the data is delivered as an Object Relational Mapping, ORM, which is technically designed to make it easier to work with database. The most common way to extract data from a database is SQL. One problem with SQL is that you have to have a pretty good understanding of the database structure to be able to work with it. But Django ORM make it easier to communicate with database without having to write complex SQL statements. The models are usually located in file called models.py. Views. View is a function or method that takes HTTP requests as arguments, import the relevant model or models, and finds out what data to send to the template and returns the final result. The views are usually located in the file called views.py. Template is a file where you describe how the result should be represented. Templates are often HTML files with HTML code describing the layout of a web page, but it can also be in other files formats to present other results. But we will concentrate on HTML files with Django. Django uses standard HTML to describe the layout, but uses Django text to add some logic. In this project we will use Django Force, and we will use virtual environment, and we will use PyCharm IDE. So let's try to create the new project using the PyCharm. As you see, I created it before, but we will create it new one to show you how to make it. So we are pressing the file, pressing new project. Here we are choosing the Django. Here we are typing our project name. It will be the news portal. Here we have the virtual environment, and we will create it with the project at the same time. The virtual environment, we need to separate the environments from our separate projects. So if we have some project on the Django 2 and we should to use there the Python 3.8, not 3.10 or even Python 2, we are using the virtual environments to separate it from each other project. Here we can describe the name of virtual environment. I will leave it as venv, and we are pressing create, pressing this window and waiting when the project will be started. So our project is started. We have here the virtual environment, we have here settings file, we have URLs file, and we have ASGI and VSGI.py. So if we want to create the new application inside the project, we should go to the terminal and type here Python manage.py startup use, we will call it news, and here we have now the views, tests, we have the application, we have the folder where our migrations will be stored. About migrations we will talk a little bit later. And we can now start the project and see if it works and open it. So now we have working and running the project on the Django. For working on it and to access the admin panel, we should create this super user. Oh, I'm sorry. Firstly, we should make Python manage.py make migrations, and Python manage.py migrate to take effect of all our to take effect on our database. By default, we have the database in SQLite, but you can connect another database if you want. And we should create Python manage.py create super user. We are typing the username, the email address, the password, and now if we are going to the admin section and we will type admin and our password that we described, and we are trying to log in, we will log into our admin panel. So as you see, Django have built-in login system. So in the next part of the video we will move forward on creating the news portal. So for now we have the simple view, and we have the simple template, and now we should go a little bit deeper. So we should add some CSS style like a bootstrap, add some fonts or some icon packs, and to make it to follow the principle do not repeat yourself, we should create the layout which will be inherited by all our templates. So we will create the file that called layout. Here we will write down that it's our news portal. Here we will create block that will be named content, and we should write here that we have end block. I think that we should add here the bootstrap, the font awesome, and the jQuery. So we can just find the CDN to not load this to our machine, So we are just jQuery CDN, Bootstrap, CDN, and font awesome CDN. We are going here. We are taking this jQuery. We are just copying it. We are putting this to the bottom of our file. I think that we will have some extra scripts. It will be block. It will be block that code extra scripts. And we should write down that we will have the end block here. And we will have some footer here where we write down that news portal 2023, for example. You can put there any data that you think that should be here. And we should add the bootstrap. It's CSS. We are copying it. We are adding it to our head. We are copying the JavaScript bundle that we are putting under our jQuery. And we are need to take the font awesome. We are copying the URL and putting into the head too. We are copying the tag, putting it here. So for now we have the layout and we have here two blocks for content and for extra scripts. We are going to our index file. We can just remove everything. We are putting here the tag that extends our layout.html. So remember, we are making it string. We are putting here block content and putting end block and adding here this portal. And if we will update, we will have the footer that we are added to our layout, and we will have the news portal that we are put it to our extended model. So for now we have the created project and created application. Now we should make the template where we will show our news. First of all, to do this, we should go to Views, File Views, that located in our application that we created before. We can remove everything that we have. We can just type from Django.views.generic import template view. Now we have template view that are integrated to Django, and we are creating class with name home view and inheriting the template view. And here will be template name. I think that it will index.html. So we created view, and now we should create the template which we are referenced here. We can create the template directly, call it index, and PyCharm is added for us some layout, standard for HTML. But I recommend you first create the layout to follow the principle, do not repeat yourself. So we will create layout, which we will inherit in every our template, because we will have not only one template. We will name it use portal, the title. We will create here block content. We should close this tag, and we will create the block extra scripts and close this block too. Okay, for now we created two blocks, and I think that we need to link some CSS style. I will link Bootstrap, some icon sets. I will link the font awesome, and I will link the jQuery library. I will use the CDNs to not download it, and if you want, you can download it and add it to static files. I will show you how to do it a little bit later. So we are searching in Internet Bootstrap CDN. We are going to official website, copying the tag and putting it here. I'm sorry. You're pressing to copy it as HTML tag, and you're adding it here. Next, we need to add the query CDN. Choose the minified version. It will load your page faster, and add it here. Important to add it before the extra scripts, because we will use some scripts here and we cannot use jQuery if it will link it after this. It should be linked before the extra scripts. And I think that we will link font awesome, as I said. Font awesome CDN. We are copying it and go into our template and adding it here. So for now we have empty index and layout. We have the view where we link it index.html. It's important to have the new line on the end of the file because it's script language. And we need to add the URL for this view. We are going to URLs, adding path and empty path because it will home page. Before we need to import our view that we created before from views import homepage home view, and we are adding it here as view, and we can give it name homepage. I will show you later how we can use these names. And now we have the layout with everything linked that we need for this moment, and empty index file. To use our layout, we should put here extends layout HTML. But it describes that we are extending this file, but we are using it, inheriting all that we have here. And if you're inheriting this file, you can add the content only in these blocks that we described here. So let's add some data to the block content and block. And if we will go to our website that we are running on localhost, we see the empty page for now. And now we are going back to our file and we can try just to add some data here to see that it is working. Just hello world, for example. Here, updating it, we see that it took effect. Now we are going to add some data to our file with layout, with the data what will be static for all the website. First of all, I think that we will add the header, because on every page we will have the header. It will be class navbar, it's the class from the bootstrap. We will add class pixel top to make it sticky to the top of our page. We will add the class navbar light. That means that we will have light background and background light. Everything of these classes is the built-in classes to Bootstrap that we linked before. And here we are putting the data that we will have in our header. And we will go in here, updating. We see that something is changed here. To see that we have exactly header, we can just add to our body class bg, that means background primary. And if we will go to browser and update, we will see that our background is blue and we have white header. And if you don't like that it's sticky to the left part of the screen, we can add, I will close this, we will add the P5. It means that we are adding padding to left, right, bottom and top side, and we will have some padding here. If we will update, we will see that now we have here our code that we have on our index page. Oh, I'm sorry, I added it not to this place, not to the right place. We should add it to our header. And here too, because if it's sticky, it will lie on our data. So P5 is too much, and we will make here P2. And now we have that here we have some space, and here we have some space. So let's create our first block where we will have our news. We need to go to our index file and create the block with class code12. Code12, it means that it will for all the grid that we have, this grid divides for 12 equal pieces. We will add here that it's display flex to have the blocks inside it to display flex, not block. We are adding that it will be with light background, and we are adding that it will have the margin by vertical to have some margin between our blocks, because we will have a lot of this, because we will have many views. And in this block we will have the 3 columns. It will call 4, that means that we will take 4 of 12 our columns of our grid, and we will have some padding to have some space inside it. And we will have 3 same blocks, and we are just copying it to save our time, and we can take a look how it looks like now. Update. Now we have this block here. We can add here before our block content the new tag. Make here space class container. Make it look a little bit prettier. If we will update it, it will look like this. We are going to index, and we will add some example of data that we will have until we added it. Here will be category, then will be our title, then author that posted this news, and where we have created ad. Or we can just add the date right now, it doesn't matter. I added it with this format. Okay, we can now look how it looks like. We have category, title, author, and the date. We are going back. We can add here some styles like make the text gray. And look, did it took effect. As I see, it becomes gray. We can change a little bit because I think that it's too large for us. Title. Here we will have the description. It will be gray too. Or we can we can take a filler. Just take this text, for example, and put it here where we will have the description. And look how it will look like. Here we have our description. We can make it a little bit shorter. And update this. And the last column here will be the image. So we are adding the image. For now we have no images in our, and we will use some image from Google. Copy URL of this and add it here. And if we will go back and update, oh, this image is not working. Okay. We will add this path. This image too not works. I hope this will work. And we go to our page, update. And we have this image a little bit large for this, but we will fix it. For this we just need to add here width equal to 100%, and we are going here updating, and image fits now in the our blocks. So I think that it's too much. This padding we will make equal to 2, and if we will update 3 will be perfect, I think. Okay. And if we will try to copy this block with our news and update, we will have the same, and we can repeat this, and we will see how it will work, our template. Okay, as you see, it looks okay. So the next steps will be to create our models, to store the data in database, for our news, to store our images. We will use the pillow library. I will show you how to install it using PyCharm. We will create the category model to use it. In Django we have built-in user model and date. So now we will create the models. Let's start our creating models. First of all, I think that we will create super user, if we have not it for now. Oh, we have it now. I can show you one time more how to do it. Inside the terminal, you're writing Python, nhpy, create super user, admin 2, because we have this name mistaken, and we are typing all of these inputs, and we have created super user. Here we have users model already done. We have here first name, last name, email address, username. We have the encrypted password and the user status. But we will create the new login model a little bit later. So let's start the creating of models. First of all, I think that we will create the model category. It will models.model. We have the import already predefined here if you're using the PyCharm, and the category will have just the one field, its name. Name view models dot star field with mark length about 15, I think. And we will create here class meta, where we have verbose name is category, and verbose name plural is categories. And to see our model that we added, we should add it to admin file. And from use models, import category, and here admin side app register category. And to take effect of our creating of model, we should put here Python manage py make migrations. Oh, I forgot. We should add our application to installed apps. We are making it inside the file settings and inside this variable installed apps, and we are putting here news. We are trying to do it again, and we see that we are created model category. And to take effect on our database, we should press migrate. And if we are going here to the admin panel, we update, we see that we have categories. We can try to add some category, for example, sport, save, and we have it here. And we can add here the string and return here self.name, and if we will go here, we will see that here we have our name. Do not be confused which category for which category name is related. Now we should create the class for our views. It's models.model. In model we will in this model we will have the title. First of all, it will field length, it will be about 30, I believe. We will have the description. It's models.text field because it will have a little bit more text than title. We will have the create by user who will create it. It will be foreign key that will relate to user, and we will have what will happen on delete if we will delete the news, and it will be protect because we don't need to have cascade deleting of user if we will delete the news. We will have the field created at, it will models datetime field, and we will have auto now add. It's true. It means that on news creating we automatically will add the date at which it was created. And what we have more, category, title, author, created at, description, and we will have the image. And we will have the image, so it will be image models dot image field, and we need to create the meta as we did it before for the category. And the string, it will be return self.title. And we can add here even a little bit more details. For example, we can create the formatted string, add these quotes to show that it is a variable. We will have here space, or for example, we'll have semicolon here, and we will self dot created by dot username or get full name. And as we did before, we are making migrations. Oh, I forgot. We need to install Pillow to have the image field. To do it in PyCharm, we go to Settings, go to Project, Python Interpreter, press and install, looking for Pillow, and install this package. So we have it installed. We are making migrations. Users.user. Okay. So we will link the user a little bit in a different way. We will write from Django.contrib.auth import get user model. And here we have get user model. And we try to make the migrations and migrate. And go into admin to add our model to our admin panel, registering the model, and go in here, and we see here news. We can try to create new one. Here is, oh, I forgot the category. I'm sorry. So we are typing here category. It's models dot foreign key. It relates to category that we created here above, and we are adding here that on delete we should protect our category model from the cascade deleting, and we are make migrations. And migrate. And now we are updating our creating, and here we can choose our category that we are added before. Our first use. We are copying this pillar that we added here for Ipsum. We are putting it here, choosing category, choosing who is created. We have only 2 users now, and we are choosing the file. I don't know which one will be better. I will prepare the image now. I will save the image, save, choose the file, and yep, we'll get this done. So for now we have the models ready, what we need for now, and now we should output it. To make this, we should go to our view, add the function that called get context data. We should rewrite it. We should write context super dot get context data. In this way we will get the same result as we get it if we will not rewrite the function. But now we will import the model that we created. So from news.models import news. And here we are making context use equal to use that objects that all and return context. Now we are going to our index where we have our data. We can remove all these blocks that we created. And here we are writing for and in news. This tag in template we should close to. We are taking our block for new and putting here. Let's format it a little. Here will be n dot category dot name. Here will be n dot title. Here will be n dot created by that get full name. Here will be n dot created at. Here will be our description and that description. And here in the source will be n dot image dot URL. And if we will go to our page, we can see our news. To show the image, we should add the media URL. To add the media, we should go here to URLs, write down here URL patterns plus equal to, but before we should import from django.conf.urls.static import static. And I think that we can from django.conf import settings and make this only if the bug is true, because if you're using it on production you should make it on your server configuration. So if settings.debug URL pattern plus equal to static settings dot we still not added, so we should add this URL in the settings file. So first of all, you should add media URL is equal to media, and media root it's equal to os path join base dir and media URL, and here media URL and document root is equal to settings.media root. And if we will go here, we will see the image. So we are linked our model to our view and our template. So if we will add the new news, it's news number 2, some description. We can add new category, politics, for example, save, created by admin2, and choose the image, save. And if we will go, we will see the new image. The next one, we should sort our views by the date. The most new should be first. So we are going back to views. Here, where we are choosing our objects from our model, we are pressing order by that minus rated at. And we are going back, and we see that we have on the top the most fresh news that we have in our database. And the next our step will be the creating of view of detail of our article. So for this, we should create new template. It will be new HTML file. It will called article details. We can just remove everything that we have. We can copy this page and just a little modify this. We no need, because we have only one article here. We have not all. We have not many articles. Here we will rename it to code 3. This we will move here, and it will be code 9, and it will code 12 because it will because there will our article and it needs a little bit more space. And next step, we will need to create new view. We are writing class article detail view, template view. Our template will be article details. So we added our template, and we need to make get context data as we did it before for this function. And we are just copying it, and here we are making use objects that get and primary key will equal to quarks dot get primary key, and the name of this will be article. And now we can return here and just replace the n with article. To make it faster, we can just press Ctrl F, press N dot, and here select all occurrences, and just replace here article dot description. And the last remains, we need to add URL. It will be path article, and here will be in semicolon primary key. And we are importing our new view, article detail view, article detail view as view, and we are giving it name, article detail. And if we will try now to go as we described here, article, press 1, we will have here our view. This shows a little bit incorrect because I forgot to remove the flags here, and if we will update it, oh, I'm not in the right place. Remove this here. We should remove the flags, and we are going back. Control F5. Aha. Okay. So we should add one more block class, the flags here. Control X. It will call 12. Make like this and make this. And if we will update it, we will have here the image, here the description and author, and here the description. I think that we can make a little bit less, something like 8 or even 7, and 5 here, and update it. It looks a little bit better. And now remains to add the links for our article detail view on the home page. For this, we will just enclose our title to the link text, and here we will type URL article detail, and here and .pk. And make this and close the tag. And if we are going to news portal and update, we have here our links to our news. And I think that in the header we will add a link to the home page. So we are going to our layout, going to news portal, and here making it ref like this, or we can do it with standard Django text, and here just type in URL and home page here. Control X, and now we have a link here in our header. We are going to home page, updating it, and we have now here the ability to return back to our home page. And next our step will be, if we want to, our users will have ability to interact with our website, uh, leave the comments, add to favorites, or likes. We need to create the login system, registration system, and ability to log out. Django have the built-in register and login system, but we need to a little bit extend it to add on registration the first name, last name, and email, because the standard Django login system requires only username and password. So first of all, we need to create file forms where we will import standard user creation form from Django to modify it. And we need to import user model. Next step, we need to create our updated form. New user form and inherit user creation form. Here we should describe class meta, where we will describe the model, we'll add the fields that we need. It will username, first name, last name, password 1, and password confirmation. And here we will describe the save method. User is super dot save, and here commit equal to false. Commit means will we save the data to database at this step, and we will not save at this step because we need to add to our user instance our data that we are extending. It's email, first name, and last name. I forgot here to add email. And it will be self, clean data, email, user dot first name, it's self dot clean data, first name, and the same for the last name. And if commit is true, we are saving the user. And in any case, we return user instance. Now we are going to create the template. We will call it register. Remove everything that we have here. Extends the layout HTML, block content, and here will be div, container, py5, register, form, this method, post, and we should add CSRF token. It's necessary for the post request because without it, it will not work. Here we will add button, type submit with class button primary, and here we will write down register, and here will be form. And now we are going to views and create new view, class register view. It will be not just template view, it will be form view, because we create form. Form, it's a little bit extended template view. So we have now template, register, and from forms, from use forms, import new user form. Here form class is new user form, and we can try to add this to URLs and see what will happen. Register view, add register, register view, let's view, name equal to register. And let's take a look what will be if we will go to this page. So here we have our registration form, and we need a little bit modify it to make it look a little bit better. So let's go back to our form. Let's make it first of all background light, dated. Let's add some margin. And update it. And I think that we need to add here the block. And go here, and nothing changed. So let's continue. We have form looking like this, and if we are going here, we can add SP as paragraph, and if we will update, it looks a little bit better. And if we are going here and remove this, we will have some paddings inside our block. And we need to add one more change. We should go to our views file and add here the function form valid. Make here form.save and return super dot form valid form. And if we will go to our registration form and we'll update it, and we'll write down some name, some email, name, surname, and password first time, and confirmation of our password, and we'll press register. We should get registered. So we will go now to the admin panel to check if we will register. So here we have users. So now we can see that here we have registered already. So the next step will be to create the login page for our registered users. So let's create our login view. To make this, first of all, we should create our template. It will HTML file that calls login. We are removing everything that we here have, and we can just copy the register view and just to rename the button and put here login, and here type log into. Now we are going to URLs. We have the pre-built view in the Django for the login as for register, but for register we added some fields. Django.contrib.auth views, import login view. And we are going to add this to our URL patterns. We are typing here login view dot svu template name is login HTML, and the name of this view is login. And let's check if it works. We are going to login. Where it's trailing flash, I think. Okay, so we are updating this and go back. Okay, we have the login, and if we will type here John Doe and the password, we will be redirected to the account's profile. We will change this, and if we will try to update this, we have not permissions to see the admin panel, so we are logged in. And let's make some update here. I think that we will add logout at the same way, path logout view as view, name is logout. Okay, we will go and type here logout. Okay, we log out now. And let's add here our user or login sign up button. To make this, we are going to our layout. We are adding here it request dot user dot is authenticated. We are making mdiv. If user is authenticated, we are showing request dot user dot first name or username. Username will be better, I think. Username. And we are adding here else. If user is not authenticated, we will show the link for the login or register. Here will be URL login, and here will be login. Okay, let's update this. We see here login now, and if we will press this button, we will go to the login page, and if we will enter our credentials and we will go to the home page, we will see here our name. And I think that we need to add the one more option to log out if we is authenticated. It will our link to our logout view, URL logout and if we will update it, we will see here our name. I think that we can just remove this. Date logout. We are logout now, and with login, so everything is working. Now we will just update the redirect pages. To change these URLs, we should go to our settings file and just add somewhere login redirect URL is equal to homepage, and logout redirect URL is equal to our homepage. We are going, updating, pressing logout. We see that we logouted, and here Django. And we have the redirected, and we have redirected to our homepage. And I think that we will just fix this because it's on the middle of the screen. We can do it just by adding here fun and here and close the tag, and we will update it, and it looks a little bit more accurate. The next step, I think that we will add some interactions for our news. We can add the likes for our news. So we just create here the likes. It will be models that many-to-many field. It will relate to user. And we can add related name. It's news like. And we can add one method here to get count of likes for our news, number of likes, and it will get self and return self likes that count. And we should go to the terminal, make migrations, and migrate. The next step we should add the view for this. I'm not sure that we need view. It's pretty simple. It will be simple, pretty simple function. It will call news like. It will get request primary key, and here news will be news dot object dot get. I think that will be better if we will import shortcut for this. So we import from Django.shortcuts import get or 404, and we are making get or 104 use, and here primary key is primary key. And next, if news that likes that filter id is equal to request that user that id that exists, then we will make use likes that remove request that user. So if our user already added the like to our post, we will remove this. And if there are no like from the user who make these likes that add request that user. And here we will make just a redirect. We should import the redirect view from Django.http from Django.http import http response redirect, and we are returning http response redirect, and we should add one more import. It's reverse from Django.urls import reverse. Here will be reverse view name. Let's check. It's article detail, and here as argument will be string, our primary key. And now we should add these two URLs. We are going to our URLs. We are importing our new function. And here path, article, integer primary key. It's use like, and the name use like, oh, I'm sorry, name is use like, and we can try to open our admin panel. Logout, login, admin, and go to admin. And here we can make the article. Oh, I forgot. Here path should be another, like we should add a like here. And yeah, article 1 like. And we are going to our news. It's our first news, and we see that here is our likes. And now we are going back, and we should add our count of likes for our articles. So we are going to our index, and somewhere here we can add the paragraph where will be n dot how we make number of likes, and number of likes. And if we will go to the home page, we will see that here is our number of likes. And will be good to add here some icon that is this likes. And now we will use our font awesome that we are linked on our beginning of our lesson. It will be 5 thumbs up. And if we will go and update, we have the icon here. And I think that will be better if it will link, and it will URL, and it will use like. And I forgot to add here primary key, and we are updating, we are pressing like, we are redirecting to article detail, and we will add the number of likes here too. So we are going to our article details, and we are just copying that, and here we are replacing for article. Here we replace for article 2, and we are updating, and we see that here we have like, and we can add it or remove. And if we will add login at another user, and if we will add, so we have 2 likes here for now. And next step will be add the comments for our articles. For this, we should go to our models and create the model for our comments. It will call comment. It will be model.model. It will have article for which this comment is. It will be models.foreign key. Here will be news on delete models. This time it will be cascade, because if we will remove our article, we don't need the comments for this anymore. And here will be posted by. It will be models.foreign key, link it to our user on delete protect, because we no need to delete users. And here will be protect too. And here will be the body of our comment. So it will be comment. It will be models dot text field, and we will have string. It will be function self dot article dot string, and here will be self dot posted by get full name. And the meta is class meta, variable's name is comment, and variable's name plural is comments. And we will need to add this to admin panel. Here we are importing this comment, admin site register, comment. And we are making our migrations now. And we are going to our admin panel where we should log in. And we have comments here. We can try to add some comments for our first news posted by John Doe. And save this comment. The next step, we will need to show our comments for our news. And to add our comments to our page, we just copying that, adding it in the end of the file, closing all our text, and make here for comment in article.commentset.all. Here we are closing the tag, and here adding class code7p3. Here we adding comment user get full name, and here we adding comment that comment. And if we will go to our page and update it, we will see that here we have the our comment, but there's some issue with the get full name because it was posted by, and updating, and we have the name here now. And we need to add the date when the comment was created, so it will be posted at its models dot datetime field. Auto now add is true, and I imported before here time zone. We can add the default because we have already one row in the database, and it will be time zone dot now and without this, and we are make migrations. Okay, we can remove this and make migrations, migrate, and we have the date too, but we need to add it here. So we are making new line, comment that posted at, and we will go and update, and we see here the date posted, the name of the user who posted, and the body of the comment. So the next our step will be adding ability to add new comment. For this we should go to our forms file and create new form that will be class comment form. And here we should import from Django.forms, from Django import forms, and here we will inherit forms.form model form. In class meta we will describe that model will be our comment, which we will import now from use models comment, and here model is equal to comment, and fields will be just the body. That's all. So I made a mistake here. Here will be comment, and that's all for this form. And now we are going to views to create our view. It will class comment view, form view. Here will be no template name. We will import the comment form here, and form class will be comment form, and we need to add the form valid function. So we will return here comment will be equal to form.save, and commit will false because we need to add some data. Its data is for the article ID and user who made this comment. Comment that posted by is equal to self request user. Comment that article ID is equal to self Clark's get ID and comment save. And here we will make HTTP response redirect. Reverse view name is article detail, and here will args where pk here will be primary key 2. pk is equal to self quarks get primary key. Okay. And now we will add these two URLs. We will import here our new view, and we will add it here to the path. Path will be almost the same like this, but here will be comment on the end of the our URL. Here comment view as view, and the name will be article comment. Now for us remains to add the block where we can add the comment, where will our form that we added. Here will be class. We can just copy this and close this text. And we need to go to views to add our form to the context of this template. So we are going to our views, finding the article detail view, and here we are just adding context. We are just adding context, comment form, and it's equal to comment form. So it can be accessible here, and we can just add it here, comment form dot sp. Not forget to add the form. Which method will post. And action will be URL article comment, and here will be article primary key. And we need to not forget the CSRF token and the button, this type submit here, and name post. URL we added. Okay, we can test it for now. We are going here. Go to our first article. It looks not so good. We will fix it now, but we can try to add new comment. And we see that we added new comment. We can go to the admin panel. To add the name for first name and last name for our user. and it will shown in our comments block. But for now, as you can see, our comments, it's the oldest is first, but we need that the newest is first. So for this, we should go to our template, and here just add the dict sort minus created head, and let's check it. Oh. So it not worked, we just need few changes. Our date is posted at, and here posted at, and try to see. Still not working. So as I know, we should just remove this and make reversed. And if we will update, yes, now we have it sorted by date, the newest first. And we can try add one more comment. You can see that everything is working. And let's make our form a little bit more pretty. Let's go here, and we will just add here P3, and I think that it will look a little bit better, and we will add here class button primary and update. It's not working. Interesting. Let's take a look how we did it here, because we forgot to add class button here. And refresh. Okay. And it will make it as div. Okay, so I think it's okay for us. So the next step will be we will add some advertisement or banners somewhere here in our right sidebar to have some income from our website in the future. So for this, we should go to our models and create the new class that will be have name banner, and we will inherit models.model. It will have the name models.char field. Max length is 50. It will have the image. It will be the image field, and we will have the URL to the website. So it will URL field, and we can add the posted head here. So let's go to terminal and make migrations and migrate, and go to the admin panel to add our banner to our admin panel. Admin.site.register and banner. And now we can go to our admin panel to check if everything is working. Login. Okay, we have here banners. We forgot to add to models our string, which will be shown. which will return self.name and self.url. And we will add our class meta, and here will be banner, and here will be banners. Okay, so let's try to add some banner. Here will be some name. I prepared image for this. Here will be URL, for example, google.com, and we are saving it. Some name, and here are URL. Now we need to add these banners to all our page, to our main page and to our detail view page. So we are going to our template. Oh no, first of all, we should make it available for all our templates. So we need to create our context processor. So the file will be called context processors. And here we will import our model from news.models import banner. And our context processor is just a function that takes a request and that returns banners. And here banner.objects.all. And now we can go to our layout and try if it's working. It will not work because we need to add it to settings in our context processors. Here we have the templates variable, and here we have the context processors, and we need to add our context processor here. So it will be use context processor dot banner. And now we can try to see if it took effect. Banners. Okay. We are going to our, I will close it. We are going to our home view, and we see that we have here the query set. And now we should a little bit modify our template. So we are going back. We are adding here the flex because we will have here two blocks where will be our main content. It will be call 9. And our banners will be inside the call 3 block. And now we should iterate here our banners that we get. For banner in banners, we'll close in our tag, and here will be the image. Source will be our banner URL, banner.url. Banner.image.url. And we should not forget to add the width equal to 100% to make the image fit to our block. And we are going back. updating, and we see that here we have our banner. We are going back, just adding here plus p3 and going back and updating it, and we see that we added our banner here, and we can make our padding a little bit more, go back, update, and we see that now we have here banner. If we will add one new banner, banner 2, choose the file, for example, this image URL, it will be google.com too, save, we will go back, and we will see that we have one more banner here. And we need to enclose our banners to the URL and to the some block to have some margin between our banners. So we are making it here. We have the div with the class background light and with the margin bottom 5. Going back, updating the page, we have margin between our images, and now going back and adding the URL. Link will be to the banner.url, and going back, updating it, and now we see that we have some link here, and going back and adding to the link the target blank to have the link opened in the new tab. And if we will try to go to our login page, we will have the banners here. We will login, go to the detail page. So you can see that we have our banners on our whole website, on every page. And the next our step will be to add the news integrations from external source. It will be useapi.org. You need to go to this website, press Get API key, fill all these fields, and you will get the API key to your mail that you will describe here or on the website on the next step. I prepared the API key, and we need to go to the settings and add it in the end of the file, called the variable news API key is equal to string with our API key. And we are going back to our news API and see what the requests we have. We have here in query, we can describe the category, the date from, sort by, and here we should add our API key. So first of all, I think that we need to create the function that will get this news. So we are going to our code and create a new file, call it news API, or even better will be utilize it, so it will be utils. We need to import requests, and I think that we need first of all to install this library. We are adding here. So to install, we are going to File Settings, choosing Python Interpreter, pressing plus icon, import, type here requests, and install this library that calls requests. Now we have imported this library. We need to create the function that will fetch news. It will call fetch news. It will take the category. It will take the date from, and what more we need. And that's all, I think. Now we are importing here from django.font.setting. Import settings. URL will be, we are just copying it from here, adding it, and replacing some data to not make it hard-coded. So here will be category, here will be date from, and here will be our API key. It will be settings, new API key. Let's make a little bit our string formatted because we don't need to cross this line to follow all the formatting best practices. And here we have our URL, and to get the data we should make request dot get, and here URL, it will be response, and we can make print response text. We can go to Python console, import our function, and test how it works. I will update it from views.util import fetch news. Fetch news category will be sport. Date from will be 2023 06 029. Let's take a look. Yep, we have the correct. And making the request. Status OK. Total result is 0. Articles are 0. Let's try another category as it was described on the website. Let's try make it Tesla. There are no results. Okay, 28. And now we have here the news that we get. On Hungarian language, but we have it. As I notified, we can just replace this query to the category. And as I see here, we can add the country to have the language of our articles on English. So we are going back and we are replacing it for category. And we are adding here and country equal to US. Yep, correct. So we are updating this. We are importing our function and trying to get the news. The country is not currently supported. I think that they described it here, but not added update here. So let's remove the country US. fetch news. Oh, we need to update this. Import fetch news. So for now it will be just you can use any API source that you will find because they will return the almost standardized JSON response. And let's try this Tesla and 28. So we can do with the standard request library, and you can do this with any source that have API but have not library for the Python. But this source have the library for Python. So we can try to install it as we did it for request. There are use API Python. Let's take a use API Python. Yep. Install package. And going back, making here from use API, import, use API client. And here will be the response is equal to use API client. No, I'm sorry. Here will be the client. Client API key is equal to setting that use API key. Response will equal to client that get everything, where will be the U equal to category, language will equal to English, date from will equal to date from, and we can try to execute it now. Fetch news. Okay, we just need to replace it to from param. Update it. Okay, we got 146 articles. Here we have URL, here we have the response, and we can try to handle this response. For article in, let's try to make it a little bit more understandable. We will have just choose just only one, just only first article, and we will try to get all the data we need from this article. So for this, we are trying to output articles response that get articles, and the first one. Let's reload it and try to make it. Okay, we get just first article. We will assign the variable that call article is equal to response article, the first article, we will get the author. We will print the article dot author. We will print the article dot title. What else we have here? We have the URL, URL to image, published stat, and content. Print content, article content, that content. And that's all. Let's try to call this function one time more. Dict object has no attribute author, of course, because here will be get, and here too. So as we can see, we can get here our data. Here is the author, here is the title, and here is the content. Let's try to make saving what we got this to our news model. So as you saw before, we can make an article to see what the response is. Here we have the image URL. So we have URL to image. And in our database, we have the saving our image to image field. So let's update it a little bit. So the image will be blank, true, null, true. It means that this field can be empty. And we will add the field image URL, which will models.url field, which can be blank, true, 2, and null, true. And we will add the source, because we have here source. Source will be models.charField with maxlen 20. And we are going to update our models, just make migrations and migrate. So source can be empty too. Blank, true, null, true. Make migration, migrate, okay. And go back to our utils file. Let's import from our models our use model, use, and here will be database article. It's equal to use, and here will be the source is equal to article. Let's format it. Article dot get dot source and dot get name. We can do here like this, and then get name. Next, the title. Title is equal to article dot get author. The content, or how we called it in our model, its description. Description will be article dot get content. Image URL will equal to article dot get URL to image, URL to image. And what else we need to add? Like source image created at its auto now added, created by we can make true, blank, true, null, true, and category. Okay, category. Have we here the category? The category are requesting. So here will be the category name, and here will be category equal to category. And now we make database article dot save. We can remove this. We can update this. Now we need from use models import our categories that we have category, and for and categories will be equal to category dot object dot all for category in categories. Forgot to import from use utils import fetch news for category in categories. Fetch news category and the hour yesterday's date 2023 06/28. Let's try to perform this function. Should be in format of either date. I made mistake here. Okay, let's try. Created by I forgot to do the migration. And let's try to make it one time more, and it finished. Let's go to our admin panel. Image attribute has no file associated with this. We'll fix it now. Admin star 88. So we are going to our new non-type object has no attribute full name. Okay, we need to fix it too. We should go to our models and we can remove this and update the page, and it will work. And we have here two news that was added from our website. And I think that we need to format this to remove this, and as here the just description. Here is the link for the whole news, and we can add it here. We are going back. We are going to our utils, fetch news. So let's format our string. We have here description. We will split it by the beginning of array, and we will choose the first element of this. And we will try to make it again. We'll import fetch news. Categories is not defined. Okay. Okay, so let's import it from use dot models import category for category in cate. Let's make it here, I think. So we are just removing here the category. We are importing the category here too, and here for category in category dot objects dot all, making this, and now we can just make this function. Let's remove our news that we added before and go back. We are importing the fetch news. Here forgot to semicolon. Fetch news, and here we are just removing this and trying to perform this. Name category is not defined because we have just passed the date now. And take a look what we have here now. We have two new news. We have the formatted it here and here. And go back. Let's make this way. We will add the content here. It will equal to content, then content plus equal to article that get URL. Here will be formatted string, replacing it here to another quote. It will inside these quotes, and here will be the tag is equal to this, and when we closing this tag, see full article and making like this. And let's try again to remove our news. Go, I'm sure, and update it, and here will be content, fetch news, trying to perform this, going back, updating, look at the news. Now we have here the URL. Going to our website, we need to update here some our code. It is in the index. We have here an image URL, so it's for our news, and here will be if n dot image URL. Here will be else. Here will be and if. here will be the image URL. Updating the page. And now we have here our news. Let's make it to see the link, not the text. To make it, we should go here and description and add save. And we have our news that we added. We can press see full article and go to the see full article. We can open it here and we need to make some updates here too. So we are going here where we have the image and we are just copying this and replacing n with article. Let's go back, update the page. Now we have here the news and we need to make the link. It is here. We'll add in save. Update it and we can go to the link. And let's make it to open in the new page. Here we will add in target is blank. Let's update here. Let's remove our news that we added. Delete selected news. Yes, I'm sure. And try to perform our function one time more. Go back. See news here. Updating it. Of course, because we have deleted this news. We are going, see full article, we have opened article in the new tab. And now let's make to set the date by default. And we are going here and importing from Django.utils import time zone from datetime import time delta. We are removing date from here. Date from will be the time zone that now that date minus time delta days is equal to 1. And here will be date from. And let's update it. Import fetch news and perform the function. I need to check, did I delete it? Delete selected news, I'm sure. And fetch news. Okay, going back. Yep, it's working. Okay, we have our news here. The next step, we need to add the cron job to perform it automatically once a day. To achieve the performing our task as cron job, I will use the Celery because I'm using Windows and I have not access to cron job because it's for Unix-like systems, which Windows is not. So let's install the Celery. Celery will be a little bit more universal. It's using for asynchronic performing of tasks. For example, if you want to send the email to not block the user's output, you just send in the task to Celery and it performs in the background. So installing the Celery, we have the Celery installed. We are going to our project directory, create a new file that called Celery. we are importing OS module. From Celery, we are importing Celery. Next step, we are going os.environment.setDefault Django settings module is equal to our views portal dot settings. Next, we are assigning the variable code up where it will be Celery, and here will be use portal. Next, we are adding app.config from object Django.conf settings, and namespace is Celery. Next one, we are typing that we will auto discover tasks, and that's all. And now we are going to init file inside our project, and we are typing from .celery import app as Celery app, and we are making the variable all is equal to Celery app. And that's all. We installed the Celery, and now we should assign our tasks. But before we assign our task, we need to install some message query system. I will use Redis. For this, we go into browser, type in Redis download Windows. I think that it's installed already for me. I will try to run VSL. Okay, and sudo service Redis server. Okay, it started. Okay, it's working. To install Redis, just go to the browser, go to official site, and just follow the instructions. You will need to install VSL. I have installed Redis and VSL, so it is already working for me. So now we are going to settings, adding Celery broker URL. It's equal to Redis 127. I'm sorry. And 001 6379 and database is 0. We are shutting down our worker and trying to run it again. Okay, we see here that it's ready. So now we will assign the task. To easier assigning of our tasks, we will add the assigning from the database. So we will go to the settings and we'll install Celery Django Celery bit. As you see, I have installed it, and we should go to the settings and add this application to our installed app Django Celery bit and go to terminal to run the migrate. Now we go here and we see that we have some periodic tasks here, and we can add some tasks. Each task will have name fetch news task custom. Our task is located here in utils, but we can just rename this file to tasks. It will be more correct. So refactor rename tasks. Okay, here we should import from news portal that Celery import app. Here we will add the decorator. Here we will add the decorator app task bind equal to true. Okay. So our task is located news tasks fetch news dot tasks dot fetch news. Front tab schedule we press in plus, or even better interval schedule. For now it will be 1, so every minute. Later we will change it to every day, or just start date time for every day running. Okay, we added this task. We are going to run our worker again. Here you can see that we have our tasks is described. We are going here and running our bit worker. It is running with Celery -a use portal minus log level info. Here will be bit info scheduler Django Celery bit dot schedulers database scheduler. I'm waiting for this start. So as we can see, it is stuck. It is stuck because I ran the worker without the one more argument. I using the eventlet for Windows, this library. To use this, you should go to the settings and install it to here. It calls eventlet. And you're running with this -p. It should be capitalized. Okay, it's working. I'm running it again. Oh, and one more thing. We forgot to add self argument here. So we are running it, and let's wait what it will do. So in a few moments we see that scheduler sent the task that we added. This task is succeeded, and we are going to our menu and we see that all our tasks is added. So let's modify our task and we'll see how it will work. Let's stop this and stop this. Yep, we stop this. Here we are getting the first article, but we will make the articles and we will make the for article in articles and let's make this top and here article in articles. Okay, now we deleted this. Let's start our worker. It started and start our scheduler and tasks is sent. Oh, where are error because somewhere was not title. Okay, so let's just skip the task. We'll make the title here and we'll copy it and paste here, and if title, then we will perform this title here semicolon. Let's stop our task and stop it more. We can see that here are the some new news, but it not took effect, function not performed all, and we should go back, and after our change let's run. Okay, task received and tasks succeeded. Let's update, and now you can see that there we have a lot of news that was fetched from this website. The image attribute has no file associated with it. Okay, so there are no image URL, and we should update it too, and there we will do if and the image, then it will be here, otherwise there will no image. And we are going to article details and making the same way to here, article.image. And let's try to update our page, and we see that here we have some news that was added there. Okay, so let's remove everything. Let's go to the last page, select all news except these two news, and delete this. Stop the worker before because it's trying to add news. Yes, I'm sure. Select all. Select all 302. Okay. Select all except this. Okay, just delete it page by page to remain our two news because we have comment there. And delete this and delete this. we have only 2 news remains. We are going to our admin panel to change the periodic task of this. We can just today, now, in 1 minute, make this task, save this, run our worker and Celery bit, and wait when news will be added. It is starting. Okay, so in a few moments I think that task will be performed, and it will perform once a day. Okay, our task is performed, and as we see here, we already have 178 views. And if we will go to our page and update it, and we will see our news. So for the fetching of news, you can control the periodic of task. In categories, you can add categories which you want to add, and at this way you can control the news that you will automatically fetch. Or if you don't want to fetch this news, you can just disable this task and it will not fetch new news. And the last thing, we will install some libraries to check our code formatting. We will install 2 libraries, is Flake8 and one more calls Black. We will go to terminal, open the new tab and enter here Flake8 and we'll run the code checking. Okay, as you can see, here is we have errors that relates to our WEN file. So we can just run two time the scripts for news. Okay, we see that here in models line to long, line number 80. Oh, in models line 21. 21 is too long. So we will format this. And in tasks, line too long, line number 16. This is the line number 16. We are just making like this. And line 20. Line 20. Line too long. And tests is unused. We can delete this. In views by line 50 is too long. Line 50 views and line 50 is too long. And we can make it like this. And let's try to run it with exclude migrations. Exclude migrations. And here we see that in tasks line 21 too long. We can just split our string, and in forms, line 12 is too long. Line 12 is this line. We can just split it to this. Okay, run it one time more. Everything is okay. And for our news portal, we run this function to use portal. Okay, we see that our URLs lines is too long, but for URLs and settings, it's okay that some lines is too long. And let's try to run black for our news. Okay, and it reformatted some files for us. And if we will go, we will see that there some formatting. So for now, we have the working project that we started from the scratch. We investigated such themes as project installing, application starting, migrations, creating views, creating models, creating forms. We creating our own context processor to have the data available for all the pages. We investigated how to create layout, to don't repeat yourself and use our layout for all the templates that we have. We investigated how to create URLs. We now know how to create tasks and how to link Celery for our project. That will be very useful in your next projects because Celery provides great possibilities to have asynchronic, to send emails in the background and such other stuff, to have periodic tasks that can execute every minute, hour, day, week, month, as you want. We investigated how to use requests, but we replaced it with already done library to get the news from other side. And we know how to format our code. And for the future, I recommend you to investigate by yourself what is paginating on Django official website, to have the pages on the website, not the just long list, and you can read more about Celery, about the template text, about the models and how to use it. Also, we know how to create the model method. So thank you for your attention. Bye.